Hello and welcome to the Knitting Diaries. And also welcome to my couch, because that's where I'm sitting. Me and my couch go way back now. We love each other, or more like I love my couch and my couch put up with me. Anyway, Knitting Diaries, because I've been knitting to the point where my wrist hurted this one day and I didn't knit for a whole day because pain. Thankfully that passed, so we're all good, so we can knit again, luckily, at least for me. And I don't know, hopefully you're happy about it too. I mean, who would want other people to be in pain? I mean, sadistic much? Please don't be like that. Anyway, I go off on tangents all the time, so bear with me. I've finished several things and I'm very happy about it. And I've talked about two other things before. One of them I made with this yarn. And then we have the look, I'm gonna try to show you the thing with the yarn and the information, and I have no idea what you're seeing. Maybe I should just stop trying to show it to you. But I mean, I see other people do it. Look at this! And then I know my camera takes a little while to focus, so, you know, I really hope I'm not blurry. If I'm blurry for the rest of the video, you might not see this. Oh, I'm not kidding. I'm gonna put it up anyway. But this yarn is 100% merino wool, and this is ball 7. I had 8 balls. The 8th ball I haven't started at all. This one I've done a little bit of, and what I've made is a charity thing, I guess you could say. But I made this. It's a baby blanket, and it's huge. So the fact, okay, it's not huge, but it's the biggest square thing that I've ever made. And I can't put it all in the frame because it's so much of it. It's this long. Can you even see? I think you should be able to see the width of it. And then the length is longer. It's about the measurement that I was supposed to make it with. Wow, words. Was 75 times 90 centimeters, I think. And this is not 100% that, but approximately. It's a baby blanket, and I mean, honestly, you could fit several babies on this blanket, but if you're gonna curl the babies into them, I don't know how that works. I don't have babies. But yeah, this took, I don't know, I think I used 5 weeks on this, and it's a good size. It's super soft. I'm like, maybe I want to make a blanket for myself too with this yarn because it's very soft. But it's wool, and I tend to itch from wool. Apparently I have very sensitive skin, which is super annoying. But I made it not very much pattern. I did at the end of each row, I ended with 5 knits, and then I started with 5 knits, so I don't know how well you can see it, but this is kind of the same all along because I knit all along, and then I made little squares with 4 knits and 4 purl, 4 knit, 4 purl, and all the way through. And then I started and finished the blanket just knitting back and forth. So it's it's not ribbed. Oh, what's the, I mean, I watched some other knit tubers. Is that what they call themselves? Anyway, it's not stockinette. I think it's what you would call garter stitch. I feel like I'm pronouncing it wrong. But so it's not completely flat, but it's a little, I don't really know how to explain this. I think it's called garter stitch. So it's kind of, I knit and then I turn it and then I knit again, so it's not like flat. Does that make sense? Do you know what I'm talking about? I don't know. But anyway, I finished it. I'm so excited. So now I can give this back to my mom and she can give it to whoever it's supposed to be given to, because it's a charity thing that we knit baby blankets, or usually not me. This is my first ever. But it's, I guess you would call it like a charity thing, where baby blankets are knit and they're given to the hospital that then gives them out to new parents with their newborn babies. So the babies get to have a wool blanket, which is nice and warm, and they can be wrapped up in it. And yeah, as far as I know, it's like every new baby gets a blanket, which I think it's a nice thing. I mean, some parents have a lot of stuff for their newborn baby and other parents don't, because shit is expensive. And this way, at least the babies get something warm to be wrapped in, no matter whether the parents are rich or poor and who they are. So I think it's a great thing. It took me quite a while though. I mean, it took me, I don't know, 5 weeks. And I did knit a little bit other things too, but not that much. So, the pattern is super simple. I mean, knit some pearls, basically. So I think I want to do it again because I enjoyed it. And it's, if I'm watching something on YouTube and I really want to pay attention to the YouTube video, and I keep saying that because I don't have a TV, so I can't watch TV because I don't have it. And sure, there are some things I can watch on my computer, but I just don't. I just watch YouTube. And some things, if I want to really pay attention, I can't knit something with a lot of pattern because I wouldn't be able to pay attention. So this is perfect for like knitting without paying attention. I don't know how to explain it, but yeah, this is perfect for knitting without paying attention. So I might ask for more yarn, but maybe in a different color. Not that I didn't like this color, it's a beautiful, beautiful color. But, you know, switch it up a little. It's probably gonna be the same yarn though. And I really enjoyed, it was very easy to knit off. I mean, some yarn when you knit, this is a fairly thin yarn. I used, I think, 3.5 needles. I think. Yeah. I knit on 3.5 millimeter needles. And sometimes yarn is like spun in a way so you like end up in the middle of it and divide it all the time. This yarn did not do that. So I really liked knitting with this yarn. So, you know, maybe I'll knit another one. But first I have to give this one, as I said, to my mom so she can give it to the right people. And then, because apparently I'm obsessive, I knew that already. I have quite a lot of yarn. I weighed all my wool yarn, and I mean, I have other yarn too. I have cotton, I have synthetic, I have not shown you this, but I have a weave. I think that's what you call it. Actually, I have 2. Maybe I'll show them to you at some point. But that, I have yarn for that too. And in the first Knitting Diaries, when I showed you all my yarn, it was not all my yarn. I'd forgotten about some of it because I currently haven't been using it for a while because space. I simply don't have space to do the thing. But yeah, so I knit and I'm trying to use up some of the yarn because I have a lot and, you know, it takes up space. I spent money on it, or at least some of it, and I would like to like sit at a market and sell because it sounds like fun, and I've never tried it before. So I had this Drops Baby Merino. I had this, and I had this is a pink one, and I had 5 balls of it, and I found a pattern that it actually went with. Sure, not the pink. This one calls for yellow, but I thought, who cares? It's the right amount of yarn, and it's the right yarn. And this baby blanket is called Sunrise. It's so cute. And I mean, I finished it. And it's not as big as the blue one, but here it is. Do you love the pattern? Can you see the pattern? Can you focus on the pattern? But yeah, it's a lot easier to hold up because it's a lot smaller. Oh, can you see it all? Like this width, which is like, I don't know, I didn't measure it. And it's not quite as big as the measurement in the pattern. And that would have been 65 times 80. This one is slightly smaller, but this wide. Oh, this wide, that length. And also, like, you have, and I need to block it because this one, it's curling up. It doesn't want to stay straight. And I mean, you can see it in the bottom here. I don't know how well, hopefully, but it curls up. So I need to block it so it actually stays straight the whole time. But yeah, I thought it would be hard because I hadn't done like made holes like this before, but now I have. And yeah, yet again, something I thought was really hard. Yet again, I was wrong. It's surprisingly easy. But yeah, that's the pink baby blanket. So now, it said I would need 250 grams, and I had 5 balls, and 1 ball is 50 grams, so I thought, oh yeah, I can finally use up everything. And I will say that considering this is the only pink I have left, I'm gonna count that as using up everything of this yarn. So yeah, I'm really happy with it. It was fun to knit. So now we just gotta keep our fingers crossed that someone wants to buy it at some point. I haven't really figured out how to like find markets and get in on the market and do all those things. So, you know, at some point I will get there. For now, I'm working on using up yarn. And a lot of my yarn is old. I mean, some of the newest, like the one I have here, Drops Merino Extra Fine. Yes, this still exists, at least, so that's nice. This color, however, this color is no longer for sale. It's color 21. It's a purple one. And I found a pattern on Drops Design. It's called Sweet Verbena. Verbena? And the cool thing, it actually calls for the yarn that I had. Sure, and this is a set with like a hat and a thingy for the neck and wrist warmers or hand warmers. I didn't have that much yarn. I had 2 balls of yarn, and according to the pattern, this calls for 100 grams of this yarn. So I thought, great, I can use up 2 balls. Yeah, that was not the case. I have, oh, hold on, I'll show you. Just, ooh, gosh, I still have this left. This is not a full ball of yarn. This is like, I don't know, I think it was like 40 grams. So what I'm gonna use this for, I don't know. I don't have anything else that matches it. But what I did make were these. the hand warmers or the wrist warmers. Do you say wrist warmers or hand warmers? They are super soft, and you know, now you can see how long they are when they're on, and they're ribbing almost all around. Then you have patterns in the front, and yet again it's like, can you see it? How well can you see it? I don't know, but I had to pay attention when I did this pattern, and I screwed up several times, so I had to like knit backwards again and then try it again. So this is not a pattern I could do without paying attention, so I had to like really pay attention. Luckily for me, it's only pattern here and ribbing the rest way, so the rest of the way. So yeah, and I managed to like both do like the start, the cast on, and the cast off, so it doesn't kind of like scrunch in somehow. I don't think that's the right word. Anyway, it doesn't tighten, neither on top or on the bottom, which I have a tendency to do, so yay me. But yeah, that's a pair of hand warmers. I mean, I did so much this week, because that is not all. I even started yet another thing. And no, I have not continued with my socks yet, but I will. I found, oh, you can't even see it. Found yet another design for wrist warmers on Drops Design. This is called Magie di Natale. You see the title right there? That is the name of the pattern. I have no idea how to pronounce it. I'm gonna make no promises, but I will try to remember to link the patterns in the description. If it actually happens or not, you can find the patterns in Drops Design. And I'm using, yet again, a yarn that you can't get anymore because it's old. I do not remember when I bought it, but it's been many years. I mean, this is some of the newest yarn that I bought, and it doesn't have this color anymore. And I know I bought this yarn 6 years ago. This was bought prior to that, so this I bought more than 6 years ago. It's baby silk. It's made of 80% baby alpaca and 20% silk. And I struggle sometimes with having the colors show up nicely on camera. But it is this beautiful, beautiful blue color, and I have not gotten very far. And this is a pattern that I cannot do if I do anything else. I can listen to music. I cannot listen to podcasts when I do this pattern. It's not that it's like super intricate, but I have to pay attention to where I am. And yeah, let's just say I've been knitting backwards several times already, and I have not gotten very far. So yeah, whether this pattern was a good idea or not, it remains to be seen. So far it looks really pretty. I can't show you very properly because, you know, but at some point I'll finish it, I hope. And hold on. Did you turn off? No. You did not turn off, but you're about to cut me off. So I'm actually gonna end it here because this is what I've done so far with this. This is the first hand, so I need to obviously do the rest and then do the other hand. And yeah, that was today's knitting diary. As I said, I have not continued with the socks. I will, just, you know, haven't happened yet. So that is what I've made. Baby blanket, wrist warmer, or hand warmer. So, you know, I feel like I have a nice little pile going of stuff that is made in a week. Obviously, the baby blankets were started way before, but, you know, it's a nice little pile. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you have a nice day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!